Otto and Me. Warning: this isn't a sad story, but it might make you tear up. One night, I was on the phone with my girlfriend, Jen, who was away on business in Austin for 3 months. Phone calls and Google Meet are how we kept in touch. My only companion was Otto, my cat. He loved Jen more than me, asshole, but only had me around, so he was glued to me, constantly. Geez, Otto, can I breathe once without petting you? No, you only get one hand. Dear Otto, my companion of 14 years. The first time we met, he was a half-grown stray at Otto Philipp von Schnabel Park in San Antonio on the side of a dangerous road. I found him, but he adopted me. A German metrosexual, oh yeah, with the gentlest character as long as you were human. If you were a cat in his domain, he would bully the shit out of you. If you were a small to mid-sized dog sniffing past, poor guy, you never saw it coming. He would have said that he's beautifully big-boned. But on the cat obesity scale, he once achieved a 9 out of 10. He could literally roll in his own chubs. He hated his grain-free diet, but got down to a size 7. So as I'm talking to Gwen, he starts observing me and waiting for the best time to nudge the phone out of my hand. And then I noticed something strange and kind of funny. Why are you looking at me that way? He had this snaggletooth look I'd never seen before. His bottom tooth was sticking up over his top lip. What the hell, Otto? And then went back to my phone call, and then my phone was on the floor. Call over. The next 5 days I observed him to see if it would go away, but he would pick at his mouth after eating, and his snaggletooth started looking more like an inverse saber tooth. Finally, I decided to get him checked out at the vet. She said that it could be a tooth infection down to the root, but I had better get him checked out elsewhere since dental wasn't her specialty. She also suspected it could maybe be cancer, since she had felt an unusual growth. Cancer has been my boogeyman since I was 10, when I discovered a lump in my scrotum. The doctor cold-bloodedly declared, "You have testicular cancer." I didn't know exactly what that was, but I knew it was bad. Turned out to be a hernia, asshole, but the emotional scar remains. When I was 19 in the military, I discovered another lump. Same fear, but this time it was a benign cyst from a basketball injury. On it went. My mother and second wife both had cervical cancer, followed by hysterectomies. Cancer just seems to lurk around me, but has never done its worst to me or my loved ones. So I took Otto to a specialist vet to get his tooth checked. The rate and shape at which it's growing indicates one of 3 types of cancer. The bone cancer variant, after surgery, will probably prolong his life by a year or more. The other 2, no cure. Quick death. I spoke at length with the vet about options, but Otto was old, and the vet agreed. I decided euthanasia was the kindest thing I could do for my companion. Remember how I told you this isn't a sad story? I had never been as close to Otto as I would have liked, except in sporadic moments. So him loving Jen more wasn't a surprise to me. Still an asshole, though. Now that death was approaching in 2 weeks, I began to study him closely. He became the center of my attention for that short time period. The best soft foods, regular outdoor access, combing and grooming, and gentle, non-teasing words. I would let him sit on my lap and fall asleep while I quietly read. For the first time, my life centered completely around him. I even wrote him 2 poems commemorating his simple, automatic ways. I think that after the nurse had given him his tranquilizer and he lay slowly breathing as he faded into semi-sleep, I loved him the most. I was witnessing his great transition right up close. The entire 2 weeks had felt to me like a merging of life with death and death with life. As he lay dying, he had never been more alive to me. Strange. I guess when I was annoyed, busy, or just ignoring him, he must have been dead to me in some way. I buried him in my backyard. When I walk past his grave, I think of his cold body in the hard ground, but also the intensely beautiful cat life that he manifested just as he was. Experiencing life and death, joy and pain, coalesced like that evoked in me a whole new vision of our existence. Okay, so this is a sad story. I lied. Kinda. But it's also much more than that. It's Otto and Me. My paws fall gently, like autumn leaves now, caress your cheek and lay to ground. I am here where your memory finds me. I am here on the soft prints of your soul.